All right, well, today is March the 21st, 2018, and right now at 9 p.m., we have a temperature of 56 degrees in the foothills of Los Angeles. The relative humidity is 95%. Dew point is 55 degrees, and we have a barometric pressure of 30.02. That's risen slightly. We've had about 3/4 of an inch of rain here in the foothill areas today, and right now, we have no rain falling. We can take a quick look at this Doppler map, and we can see the LA area right down here is there's nothing happening here in this greater Los Angeles and Ventura County area. Up here, this big yellow band of rain has been slowly moving in near Paso Robles and Santa Maria. Santa Barbara's right down in this area. You can take a look at that here right now. We have Lompoc, Solvang, Santa Barbara, Montecito's right just adjacent to Santa Barbara, right about in here at the foot of these mountains. All right, so we can see the transmitter manipulation right up here. This is the transmitter just northeast of Edwards Air Force Base, which is right in this area. This is where the space shuttle would land. And we can see the pie-shaped cutouts from that transmitter, which is located along a road right off of Highway 58, which runs from Tehachapi over here to Boron. Anyhow, you can find this easily on Google Earth. It's a big golf ball type radome stacked on about a 6-story tower. But meantime, we're going to keep an eye on this transmitter right near Lompoc here, which is there's a transmitter right here near Orcutt is actually the name of it. We'll zoom in and show that here right now. We can get this map to work. Orcutt, there's a transmitter right in this area, which usually breaks down all of this heavy rain. Of the past several years, we've been seeing a pattern where these WSR-88Ds are covertly manipulating our precipitation amounts at the ground level. So we'll keep an eye on this and see just how much rain is allowed to fall up here in this burn area, right up in this area. This is all Santa Barbara right in here, and Montecito is right over just sort of east here on the map. As you go up to 101, you come into Montecito first, and then you go into Santa Barbara. So anyhow, you see a lot of yellow and red out here, some red further out. Most of this is going to go into San Luis Obispo, Arroyo Grande, and Morro Bay. But you just never know what can happen. The pressure has been pumped up slightly. Like I say, it's about 30.02. This morning when it started to rain, typically it will not rain around here until the barometer drops below 30 inches. All right, let's take a look at this map right now. Once again, this is the Northeast Pacific water vapor loop. We see what's happened here. This was a storm, and this has been completely squashed out by these satellite transmitters, and we can see the blockade all the way around that former storm system. This is now a gale. I think it's 1,002 millibar. If we look at we can compare what this storm looked like just 2 days ago. This is taken actually on the 19th. You can see that right there. The date stamp is right here on the bottom. And look at the size of this storm that was developing. This was supposed to move in. You can see that moisture was wrapping right into that vortex at the time. Looking here at the IR map, the infrared map for the same date, you see all that moisture that was wrapping right around into that vortex. So now here on the 21st, we see that what's happening here. Got the grid on. We can see this former storm system. This is now a gale, and it's slowly sweeping towards California now. On the surface analysis map, this is pointing to the northeast, so we'll have to see what happens, but this is drawing a lot of tropical moisture in, and so the dummies on TV, the stooges that are reporting our weather, are calling this a storm, but it's really not a storm. This is a Pineapple Express flow. As we can see here, this is coming from, here's the Hawaiian Islands right over here. If we put the grid on, you can see the Hawaiian Islands, that latitude, 20 degrees north, it runs right through here. And we can see that all this moisture is coming out of the tropics and flowing right into California. And there's really nothing left of this storm. This has been squashed with descending air. That's what these satellite transmitters do. They heat the atmosphere, they heat the storm itself, and they evaporate the water vapor in that storm and actually destroy the convective process. That's what we're seeing here. And we're seeing the same thing over here. This was a big system, and we can see the effect just over the 7.5 hour loop. What's happening on that storm system? It's being squashed. And this next moisture field is walling up, mushrooming right into this blockade of high pressure that's been installed right here to protect, or rather to prevent that moisture from feeding into that vortex. So right now we see that we've got a good tropical flow moving in. The difference today is that we're getting rain. If we zoom out of here, go back to the Doppler and just zoom out, we can see that the entire west coast is getting rain. Let's keep going. We'll zoom out. And we can see that Oregon, most of California, except for Southern California right at the moment, we have Oregon and Washington. Everybody's getting rain. Plenty of precipitation from this weather system. Let's go back once again. We can see that tropical flow around this former gale force system is all flowing right into the west coast, all the way from central California all the way up to Washington. And that's producing rain. Now, right around sunset tonight here in LA, right about 45 minutes before sunset, there was a clearing over the Los Angeles Basin. We could see the jets were up spraying like crazy. East and west X patterns, dashed lines, and so that provided a clearing that evaporated all the clouds in the basin and in the foothills. But that quickly, those trails quickly blew off. They drifted away, and the clouds quickly reformed. And so the rain will come back. We're expecting the heaviest of rain tonight, according to the fake news media. But if you look at the last the videos on March 7th and March 9th on my channel, if you go back to those 2 dates and look at those videos and also subsequent videos from March 7th and 9th, you'll see that this pattern has been consistent pretty much all throughout the last week, but yet we've been getting no rain at all. And that's because of the heavy chemtrail spraying. So these people, these terrorists, these goons controlling our weather have complete control, and they can turn the spigot on and off at will. And that's what we're seeing here today. We got a little bit of rain, not quite 3/4 of an inch, and we'll keep a close eye on everything. Here we have the western U.S. water vapor loop. You can see the remnants of this former storm. This is being squashed. You can see all that high pressure around the backside of this. This is a satellite transmitter, probably laser or microwave, coherent microwave. Very powerful stuff, and that will evaporate the moisture in this area and heat and prevent low pressure systems from intensifying. And that's exactly what we're seeing here. So we're seeing that these people, these terrorists, these goons that are controlling our weather, they can allow weather in. They can regulate and arrange to deliver rain, and that's what we're having tonight and tomorrow, and that's all good. Problem is we don't get enough of this. We don't get enough rain because the jets are out spraying most of the time, and that caps the atmosphere and prevents the lift. So we have no precipitation. And of course, the other component is these satellite transmitters, which are breaking up these cells as they move onshore. For example, right down here, we can see a tremendous blast pattern moving out to the east as this area here is targeted. And watch this break down over the 7.5 hour loop right here. This whole area is a yellow and it dissipates. You see a hole open up right here. You see that blast pattern, this icicle pattern right along there. And this is what they do with hurricanes. I have dozens of examples of hurricanes in the May, June, July, August, September time period that are being blown apart. We can see that icicle pattern after the fact. So these cells are being superheated with these transmitters, and that's what disrupts the convective process. It superheats the water vapor, and we see a blast pattern. And that's what's happening over here on this eastern side of this flow pattern. So we are getting some rain, and that is good. We'll just see how much we get tonight. Here's the current southwest infrared loop. We can see LA is right here, Palos Verdes Peninsula right there, Catalina Island, and we have all this moisture moving in. And despite we have a lot of moisture moving into Southern California, but again, the map here for Southern California, let's zoom in, we can see that there's just not a whole lot right now going on. So we have transmitter manipulation going on, and we see some straight edges. I want to show some screenshots here now that you saw those two. Let's look here at the, this is a screenshot taken at about 4:30 p.m. on the Pacific coast. This is Vandenberg. We can see the shoreline right here. And that transmitter near Orcutt is cut up and left some pie-shaped cutouts here. But look at what was left behind here. A pie-shaped cutout, a very, very deep area of water vapor that just managed to miss the transmitter. And so during the time this was taken, the precipitation reformed in these areas. And that's what we're seeing is a residual area that was missed by that transmitter. We've got Vandenberg right here, and then Santa Barbara and Goleta, and all that is all right here, down off the far right of the screen. Here's another shot taken today around the same time. And we can see this was taken around 4:40 in the afternoon, 4:39 p.m. And the entire Ventura County, LA County, and Orange County has been cleared out of rain, except for some of these higher mountain areas near Big Bear and all that. These are 8,000 and 10,000 foot peaks through here. Notice the transmitter up near Edwards, chopping up the rain right here out in the desert. This is where Edwards is, right here. And we have all this yellow moisture moving in. Here's Santa Barbara and Montecito right there. All right. Let's look next at the, this is a close-up of that transmitter at Edwards, which is right here. The transmitter is right up, just right off of this road here. You can find that really easily on Google Earth, and you'll see that. Okay, the next one here is Santa Barbara. This was taken around 4:42 in the afternoon today, and we see a straight edge here. Certainly, the people controlling these ground transmitters have the ability to chop up and prevent the kind of flooding we saw on January 9th. We're going to keep a close eye on things and see what happens. Here's another shot of what I showed here just a minute ago. Vandenberg, that Orcutt transmitter is chopped up. The precipitation in this area, we can see some residual pockets of deep moisture right here. These straight edges indicate that this was superheated, or rather evaporated by this microwave, which evaporates the water vapor and leaves these cutouts. So the WSR-88D Doppler radars work dual function. They are severe weather detection radars, but they also have the ability to pulse high power microwave into the atmosphere, and that's what causes these cutouts. They're literally evaporating the water vapor and the rain. Okay, the final picture here is a shot near Vandenberg, and once again we see the rain offshore here moving in. Santa Barbara's right over here, and Montecito just to the east. We're going to keep a close eye on things, and we'll just leave it right here. And that's it. We'll do another update later.